Have you ever found yourself walking into a room only to forget why you went in there in the first place? Or maybe you've noticed that you're having trouble recalling the names of people you've known for years. These moments can be frustrating, but there's something many of us experience, especially as we get older. But here's the thing, there's one often overlooked factor that could be contributing to memory problems, and it's something we all need to pay more attention to: sleep. That's right, sleep is not just about resting our bodies, it's also vital for keeping our brains sharp. In fact, there's a powerful connection between sleep and memory, and understanding it could be the key to improving your memory and cognitive function. If you've been struggling with forgetfulness, it's worth exploring how your sleep habits could be playing a major role. In this video, we're going to dive into the link between sleep and memory loss, and we'll explore what you can do to sleep better and enhance your brain function at the same time. So, if you're ready to wake up to better memory and sharper thinking, keep watching. We'll cover everything from why sleep is so important for memory, to simple changes you can make in your routine that will help you get the restful sleep you need to feel and think your best. Let's start with the basics. Why is sleep so crucial for memory? You might already know that getting enough sleep helps you feel more energized during the day, but did you know that it plays a key role in consolidating memories? When we sleep, our brain doesn't just turn off. In fact, it's working hard behind the scenes to sort and store the information we've picked up throughout the day. This process is called memory consolidation, and it's what helps transform new information into long-term memories. Think about it like this: when you're learning something new, your brain is like a sponge, soaking up all the details. But for that information to stick, whether it's remembering someone's name or recalling what you had for lunch yesterday, your brain needs time to process and store it. This is where sleep comes in. During deep sleep, your brain strengthens the neural connections that form memories, making them easier to recall later. So, if you've ever found yourself struggling to remember something after a poor night's sleep, now you know why. It's not just a matter of being tired, it's that your brain didn't have enough time to properly store those memories. Without proper sleep, your brain is less efficient at consolidating what you've learned, which can leave you feeling forgetful and foggy. But it doesn't stop there. Sleep also plays a vital role in clearing out waste from the brain. You see, during sleep, your brain activates a process known as the glymphatic system. This system works to remove toxins and byproducts that build up during the day, including some that can be harmful to brain function, like beta amyloid. Beta amyloid is a protein that, when it builds up, is linked to conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Think of the glymphatic system as your brain's cleaning crew. During sleep, it gets to work, clearing out the clutter and helping keep your mind sharp. So, not only does sleep help you remember things better, but it also helps protect your brain from damage that could lead to memory loss and cognitive decline. It's easy to overlook just how much sleep impacts our brain health, especially when we have so much going on in our lives. But the truth is, sleep isn't just a luxury, it's essential. It's the foundation on which all of our mental processes are built, including memory. Now that we know why sleep is so crucial for memory, let's talk about how much sleep we really need. Many people think that as we age, we need less sleep, but that's actually not true. While it's true that some older adults may experience changes in their sleep patterns, the amount of sleep needed for optimal brain function remains pretty much the same throughout adulthood. Most adults, including those over 60, should aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. And it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. You might be getting plenty of hours of sleep, but if that sleep is fragmented or not deep enough, it's not as effective as it could be for memory consolidation. So, getting 8 hours of sleep is wonderful, but if you're waking up every hour or struggling with insomnia, that's something to pay attention to. Quality sleep means deeper, uninterrupted rest that allows your brain to do its vital work. But let's face it, as we get older, we can often experience changes in our sleep patterns. Maybe you wake up more often during the night, or perhaps you're having trouble falling asleep in the first place. These changes are completely normal and can be caused by many factors, including changes in your circadian rhythm, medical conditions, or even medications. If this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. And more importantly, there are steps you can take to improve the quality of your sleep. Simple adjustments to your daily routine can make a big difference in how well you sleep and, in turn, how well your memory functions. Now that we understand why sleep is so important for memory and the need for quality rest, let's talk about what you can do to improve your sleep, and by extension, your memory. The first step is creating a sleep-friendly environment. When was the last time you really took a look at your bedroom and thought about how it might be affecting your sleep? A cluttered, noisy, or uncomfortable space can make it difficult to get the deep, restorative sleep your brain needs. Start by making your bedroom as calm and peaceful as possible. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Consider using blackout curtains if light is an issue, or white noise machines if you're bothered by outside sounds. If your mattress or pillow isn't providing you with the right support, it might be time to upgrade them so you're more comfortable at night. Also, be mindful of the time of day when you consume caffeine or alcohol. While a cup of coffee in the morning can give you a nice energy boost, drinking caffeine later in the day can interfere with your ability to fall asleep. Similarly, while alcohol might make you feel drowsy at first, it can disrupt your sleep cycle and lead to lighter, less restorative sleep. These are just a few simple changes that can help improve your sleep and, in turn, boost your memory. But of course, improving sleep habits goes beyond the bedroom. To get the restful sleep you need, you'll also want to establish a bedtime routine that signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. So, now that we've touched on why sleep is so important and how to set up your environment for better rest, let's move on to the next steps in improving your sleep quality and memory. Things you can start doing right now to sleep better tonight and improve your brain health in the long run. Stay tuned, and together, we'll make sure that better sleep leads to better memory. Now that we've talked about why sleep is so important for your memory and how creating a better sleep environment can help, let's dive deeper into some actionable steps you can take during the day to ensure that you're setting yourself up for better sleep and ultimately, better memory. One of the most effective ways to improve your sleep and your memory is by establishing a consistent sleep schedule. I know it's tempting to stay up late on weekends or sleep in on days when you don't have to work, but keeping your sleep schedule regular is one of the most powerful things you can do for your brain health. Our bodies love routine. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, it helps regulate your body's internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm plays a huge role in the quality of your sleep and how refreshed you feel in the morning. If you're constantly changing your sleep times, your body might get confused, and you'll find it harder to fall asleep and wake up feeling rested. Over time, this disruption can affect your memory and cognitive function. So, aiming for consistency, even on weekends, can be a game changer for your brain. If you're thinking, that sounds great, but I've been a night owl all my life, don't worry. You can still train your body to adjust. It's all about small steps. Start by gradually shifting your bedtime earlier, maybe just 15 minutes a night. Over time, your body will get used to the new schedule. It may take a few weeks, but stick with it, and soon you'll find yourself falling asleep more easily and waking up feeling more rested. Another important aspect of improving sleep quality and memory is getting sunlight during the day, especially in the morning. Now, I know this might seem like an obvious piece of advice, but it's often overlooked. Your body's circadian rhythm depends on natural light to stay in sync. When you expose yourself to sunlight early in the day, it sends a signal to your brain that it's time to be awake and alert. This helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, making it easier to fall asleep when bedtime comes around. It's especially important to get that natural light in the first couple of hours after waking up. Even just a 20-minute walk outside in the morning can do wonders for resetting your internal clock. If you're unable to get outside, try to spend some time near a window with plenty of natural light. It doesn't matter how much time you spend in front of a screen, your body needs sunlight to signal that it's daytime. Now, while sunlight is essential for waking up your circadian rhythm, it's also important to be mindful of how you spend your evening hours. As the day winds down, you need to start winding down as well. One key way to help you do this is by reducing your exposure to screens, like smartphones, computers, or televisions, at least an hour before bed. The blue light emitted by screens can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. When your melatonin levels are disrupted, it can make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep, which, as we discussed earlier, directly impacts your memory and cognitive function. Instead of scrolling through your phone or watching TV right before bed, consider incorporating calming activities into your evening routine. Reading a book, practicing gentle stretches, or even doing a brief meditation can signal to your brain that it's time to relax. These calming activities help your mind transition from the busyness of the day to the peace of night, and they also improve the overall quality of your sleep. The more relaxed and calm you are before bed, the easier it will be to fall into a deep, restorative sleep that benefits your memory. If you find that your mind is racing with thoughts and worries when you try to sleep, try journaling before bed. Writing down your thoughts can help clear your mind and release any pent-up stress or anxiety. Not only does this practice promote better sleep, but it also helps lower the cortisol levels in your body. Cortisol, as you may know, is a stress hormone, and when it's too high, it can keep you awake and alert. Lowering your cortisol levels in the evening can help you relax and prepare your brain for rest. Let's move on to something a little less obvious, but equally important for improving your sleep and memory: mindful eating and drinking. You've probably heard that what you eat can affect your overall health, but did you know it can also impact your sleep quality? There are certain foods and drinks that can either help or hinder your ability to fall asleep. For instance, eating large or rich meals late at night can cause discomfort and indigestion, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead, try to keep your meals lighter in the evening and avoid heavy, greasy foods close to bedtime. You don't have to eat your last meal hours before sleep, but aim to give yourself at least 2 to 3 hours between your last meal and bedtime. This will give your body time to digest before you try to rest. One thing that may surprise you is the importance of hydration. We often think of hydration as being a daytime concern, but if you're not drinking enough water during the day, you may wake up feeling sluggish or even experience headaches. Dehydration can disrupt your sleep and lead to poor memory function. So, make sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day, but be mindful not to drink too much too close to bedtime, as it may cause you to wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. There's also the topic of caffeine. We all love a good cup of coffee or tea, but caffeine can be a tricky thing to manage when it comes to sleep. Since caffeine is a stimulant, it can stay in your system for several hours. For most people, it's best to avoid caffeine after 2 or 3 p.m. If you're sensitive to it, you might want to stop even earlier in the day. A nice herbal tea, like chamomile, can be a soothing alternative in the evening, and it's a much better option when it comes to promoting good sleep. So far, we've covered several key factors that can significantly improve both your sleep and your memory: a consistent sleep schedule, sunlight exposure, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, mindful eating and drinking, and minimizing screen time in the evening. These changes may seem small, but over time, they'll work wonders for your sleep quality and brain health. Now that we've tackled how to make adjustments during the day and evening to ensure better sleep, let's look at one last important point: the role of exercise, which has an enormous impact on both sleep and memory. But that's something we'll dive into more in the next part. So, stay tuned, and let's keep working toward a sharper mind and better rest. As we've explored in the previous sections, sleep plays an incredibly important role in memory and overall brain health. From adjusting your sleep schedule and creating a calming bedtime routine to paying attention to what you eat and drink, there are many ways to set yourself up for better sleep and, in turn, better memory. But there's still one more powerful strategy I want to share with you today, and that's the importance of regular exercise. You might be thinking, exercise? Isn't that something for younger people to worry about? But let me assure you, exercise is just as important for those of us in our 60s and beyond. In fact, staying physically active can do wonders not only for your body but also for your sleep and memory. Regular physical activity has been shown to improve sleep quality, help reduce insomnia, and even support cognitive function and memory. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones that help reduce stress and promote relaxation. This relaxation, in turn, helps you sleep better. Exercise also improves blood flow, which ensures that your brain is getting the nutrients it needs to function at its best. It has been shown to increase the growth of new brain cells, particularly in areas related to memory and learning, like the hippocampus. If you've ever felt like your memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be, regular exercise might just be the solution you're looking for. But what kind of exercise should you do? The great news is that you don't have to run marathons or lift heavy weights to see the benefits. In fact, light to moderate activity like walking, swimming, or even dancing can be incredibly effective. The key is consistency. Aim for at least 30 minutes of physical activity most days of the week. It doesn't have to be intense, just something that gets your heart rate up and keeps you moving. If you're new to exercise or haven't been active for a while, don't worry. Start slow and gradually build up your endurance. Begin with short walks or gentle stretches, and over time, you can increase the duration and intensity. It's important to listen to your body and find activities that you enjoy. When you enjoy your exercise, you're more likely to stick with it, and that's when the real benefits start to show. Now, let's take a moment to talk about napping. While we've emphasized the importance of getting a full night's sleep, it's also worth noting that a short afternoon nap can sometimes help improve memory and mental alertness. However, keep in mind that timing is everything. If you take a nap too late in the day, it might interfere with your nighttime sleep. Aim for a nap that lasts no longer than 20 to 30 minutes, and try to take it in the early afternoon so it doesn't affect your ability to fall asleep at night. If you find yourself struggling to remember names, dates, or appointments, don't get discouraged. It's completely natural for memory to change as we age. However, that doesn't mean you have to accept memory decline as inevitable. By incorporating the strategies we've talked about, getting better sleep, staying active, creating a relaxing nighttime routine, and paying attention to your diet and hydration, you're already on the right track to protecting your memory. One thing I want to emphasize before we wrap up is that small changes really can make a big difference. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the suggestions we've discussed, just remember, you don't have to do everything all at once. Start with 1 or 2 changes and gradually build on them over time. The key is consistency. Even the smallest changes, like shifting your bedtime by 15 minutes or getting outside for a walk in the morning, can add up over time and lead to big improvements in both your sleep and memory. It's also important to stay positive and patient with yourself. If you have a night of poor sleep or forget something, don't be hard on yourself. These things happen to everyone, no matter their age. The important thing is to stay committed to making gradual improvements, and over time, you'll start to see the benefits. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, and with a little care, it can remain sharp and vibrant for years to come. So, to recap, good sleep hygiene, like maintaining a regular sleep schedule, limiting screen time, and managing stress, is essential for improving memory. Adding regular exercise into your routine and paying attention to your food and drink choices can also make a big difference. And don't forget to listen to your body, rest when you need to, and take naps if they help. Remember, you are never too old to take control of your health and well-being. Every day is a new opportunity to make choices that support your memory, your mind, and your body. It's about taking small steps that will lead to long-term benefits. And as you continue to care for your brain, you'll find that your memory becomes sharper and you're able to enjoy life more fully. I'd love to hear about your experience with improving sleep and memory. Have you already tried some of these strategies? What's worked for you? Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel for more tips on health and wellness. And remember, no matter your age, you have the power to live a sharp, vibrant life. Keep taking care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Here's to keeping your mind sharp and your heart full, no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated.